Right now, we have someone from this area, Spokane, Washington, everybody. She is very talented on guitar. She is very talented with her musical stylings. We are thrilled to have her here on Night of Hope for the very first time she is a performer on Red's Room. We're so thrilled to welcome her to the Christian Media Spotlight family as well. Joining us, please welcome to the Night of Hope 25 Live Summerfest stage. Please welcome from Spokane, Kris Belfils.
Hey! Well, praise the Lord. It's good to be here. Actually, I've been on Red's Room quite a few times, a couple of times anyway, helping out Abby out and stuff. But you know, I've been doing this for many years. Kind of like Brad, he was talking about 30 years with the band. I started doing this. Wow, I started writing songs when I was 9 years old. Not gonna tell you how old I am, but and you know, I kind of thought my music was done because it just didn't go anywhere. But the Lord knows, and so Red kind of resurrected it a little bit. He doesn't know that though, and I just to let you know, you can go to krisbelfils.com. There's a few music CDs. Actually, I have one more too. It's called Seasons of Change. First one I wrote, Who Likes 80s Rock? This is like totally 80s rock. Who would like this CD? Come and get it. Who wants it? I'm going to do a song off of here called Hold to the Rock. And there's another CD called Seasons of Change, and I'll be doing that song in just a minute. You'll have to go on my website to get that one. I don't have any with me. And then this came out in 2005, Brokenness. Who would like this one? This is about, this is like acoustical pop rock. So there you go, there you go. I'll be doing quite a few songs off of that too today. Yeah, I don't even know what to say, so. This song is off of Brokenness. Here we go. How many know that it is an amazing thing to be able to go and surrender all to Jesus? Yeah? Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine life without him. He's everything, 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 right? Yeah. All to you, I come. I surrender all to you, I come. Everything I freely give, all that is a part of me. I live and I rest at your feet. I surrender all to you, I come. I surrender all to you, I come. Fill me with your love and power. Let me feel your touch. I need you this very hour, so I come, I run. I surrender all to you. Take me, Jesus. I surrender all to you, all to you I come. I surrender all to you, all to you I come. I surrender all to you, all to you I come. I surrender all to you, all to you I come. I come. Yeah. Hallelujah. You know, I wrote that when I was younger. Can you tell that it's amazing when the older you get, it seems like you can't hit those high notes like you want to. I don't like that. I don't like that. Again. Here we go. Yeah. I started playing guitar when I was 9 years old. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll tell you my age. Just don't tell anybody, okay? Don't put it on social media or anything like that. I'm 58, so I'm telling you what. I put out my first CD in 1989, and it was the 80s rock one. And I'm telling you, it was, I think I was a lot like, what's the gal that was before me? Amy, thank you. I was a lot like her. I had stars in my eyes, and the Lord said, you know, I got other plans for you. You need to do this and that. And I went on staff as a worship pastor and minister of music and leading worship and all of that, and still doing stuff like that. And but I still had that, you know, passion in my heart to sing and to tell people what Jesus has done inside of me. Amen? Yeah. Okay, I want you to imagine distorted guitar, spandex, big huge hair, glitter in my hair. You know what I'm talking about. Come on, 80s rock, here we go. Hold to the rock, hold to the Lord, hold to the rock, don't let anything lose your grip. No, 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 no. When the pressures of this world all come a-tumbling down, when your friends have left you alone, and there's no love to be found. Hold to the rock, hold to the Lord, hold to the rock, don't let anything lose your grip. No, 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 no. When you're trying your best to survive, nothing works out right, and no matter how hard you try, you're stumbling in the night. Hold to the rock, hold to the Lord, hold to the rock. I almost missed it. Hold to the rock, hold to the rock, hold to the Lord, hold to the rock. Hold them tightly. Silent rock. Hold to the rock. rock. Woo! I'm telling you. My younger days. I miss those days. Yeah. So my newest CD, it's called Brokenness. I have enough songs to do another project. My youngest daughter sings, and we do a lot of songs together and write a lot of songs together. So we have enough music to put together another CD. We just haven't done it yet. She got married, had a baby. You know how it goes. But this song is called Cross of Grace. And it talks about, Brad, you were talking about, or was it Brad? No. TJ was talking about singing about sin. And I think almost nowadays we don't talk about sin. Sin is what we've done wrong that's not pleasing to God, right? What the Bible says that we shouldn't do, but we're doing it anyway because our flesh wants that. Oh, wait, sorry. No, just me, right? Just me. Yeah. So there was a time in my life where I found myself in the middle of this mess that I created. And I was afraid of people. I was afraid of what people thought of me. And Jesus said, you know what? You can hide behind my cross of grace. Because I saw this huge cross that was bigger than this building. All right? And he said, and I looked at this huge cross, and I'm like, I can hide behind that. What Jesus did on the cross covers it all, right? So I don't have to live in shame anymore. There's always a hope. And this is called the night of hope, right? Right, come on. So I want hope just to well up inside of me. I want hope to well up inside of you. And allow God just to minister to you. So if you find yourself in the midst of sin, just stop doing it. Turn around. Keep going towards Jesus, right? And hide behind his cross of grace. I never thought I would find myself where I never wanted to be. The wrong I've done, the guilt and shame, it was a prison. Can I be set free? It was a prison. Can I be set free? And there is a hope. There is a cross. There was a sacrifice for my shame. You gave your life. You took my place. Now I hide behind your cross of grace. Ooh. Listen, I used to fear the judging eyes of man. They knew just where I had been. I feared their words, I feared their thoughts, for my failure was covered in my sin. Yeah, my failure was covered in my sin. But there is a hope, there is a cross, there was a sacrifice for my shame. You gave your life, you took my place. Now I hide behind your cross of grace. My self-worth is in your cross. It's where I belong. I have a home. I'm not alone, you are near. I have found my place behind your cross of grace. cross, there was a sacrifice for my shame. You gave your life, you took my place. Now I hide behind your cross. There is a hope, there is a cross. There was a sacrifice for my shame. You gave your life, you took my place. Now I hide behind your cross of grace, your cross of grace, your cross of grace, your cross of grace. Yes, hallelujah. We love you, Lord. How many know God is good? Yeah, God is always good. How many more songs can I do? Please say 2. Okay. Woohoo! Yeah. Yeah. There's a time in my life, along that same time, in the middle of a mess, I was a broken lady. And you see, my own choices brought me into that mess. You can read more about this in my book called The Garbage Man. Always comes on Fridays. It's on KrisBelfils.com. But this song is called Brokenness. And it was a time where all I could do was offer brokenness to people. All I offer you is my brokenness, brokenness in me. All that I can give is my very life, the life you give to me. I would offer you my riches, I would offer you my righteousness, I would offer you my strength, but that is not what you desire. Oh, take my offering, I will obey. All I offer you, please multiply and use. I am broken, Lord, I offer you brokenness. All I offer you is my very need for you. Oh, all that I can give is my heart to change, a heart for more of you. I would offer you my song, I would offer you my sacrifice, I would offer you my dreams, but that is not what you require. Oh, take my offering, I will obey. All I offer you, please multiply, multiply. Oh, take my offering, I will obey. All I offer you, please multiply and use. I am broken, Lord, I offer you brokenness. brokenness, brokenness and me. Yeah. Abby, can you do me a favor? Inside my guitar case in the outside zipper, there's a metal cylinder. Can you bring that to me? Remembered everything except that. So, this last song I'm going to do is called Seasons of Change. And, I mean, it really is just that. Aren't we all going through a season of change, right? There's, we go into, right now we're into summer. I look at the trees outside, they're all flourishing, they're green and beautiful, but eventually the leaves are going to fall off those trees. And they will go into a dormant season. They'll be into winter. And then from winter, it looks like the tree is dead, right? Just dead. There's no leaves. There's nothing. There's just snow on it, at least in the Pacific Northwest. And then springtime comes. All of a sudden, you start seeing buds start appearing onto these trees. And then summertime and the leaves grow and the trees look beautiful. You look outside, here in this area, it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. And this is the warmer part of the year. But you and I are that tree, okay? We're in a season. You might be in a winter season, you might be in a spring season, you might be in a summer season, I don't know. But I want you to know something, don't give up. And those roots go deep, amen? So you look like you just feel dead inside. Just know that Jesus is right there with you and that he's bringing you through, and remind yourself it's just a season, right? Yeah. This is a fun song. I like to play my slide with it. This is probably as country as I get, but I don't know. Golden brown leaves come. Let me try it again. Golden brown leaves tumble and fall, leaving barren branches to withstand it all. It's so cold, so cold. Wanting to explode with the springy rebirth, feeling the breeze of a lack of self-worth. I don't know. How do I escape from this dead callous shell? How do I pick up what has already failed? Why do I feel strong and empty and spare? 'Cause it's seasons of change. Of change. Keep the beat going, just keep going. Oh yeah, yeah. Dormant, empty branches starting to grow, shedding out the bitterness and well-thought snow. It's alright. It's alright. Feeling the warmth from the sun up above, springing forth with life, growing in his love. I'm okay. It's okay. Knowing that the change brings forth the dawn, praying that the change will come and not take too long, clinging to his roots of love that make me stay strong. 'Cause it's seasons of change. Of change. There is a time for everything and a season under heaven. What has been there before. God will call it all to account. Come on. Oh, knowing that the change brings forth the dawn, and praying that the change will come and not take too long. Clinging to his roots of love, make me stay strong. Cause it's seasons of change. Come on. Of change. Of change. Change me, you bet.
Ladies and gentlemen from Spokane, Washington, Kris Belfils, everybody.
Woo! Yay!
What that little country twang with the slide at the end there. Yes, indeed.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Been a while since you cranked out that one?
Yeah.
Now, you are, in addition to music, you're multi-talented. You are the founding pastor of Hope Fellowship Church here in Spokane.
Yeah.
For quite a bit of time.
7 years.
Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
Started as a Bible study prayer group in my home, and it just once a month, and then it started growing. And so then we was doing it twice a month, and then we took it to a hotel conference room in Spokane, and from there we got a building, and yeah, so about 7 years. And then it was time, the Lord just told me in my spirit it was time to resign, and so I did.
What a blessing. You are oftentimes a keynote speaker at camps, retreats, special events, conferences. What's your favorite aspect of getting to get out there and speak and deliver a good message and a good word to folks that need it?
My favorite aspect of that is to meet the people. And I love to hear about their lives and find out what's going on in their churches, and just help people to see their value and speak into their lives.
How long has music been a part of your walk? Is it something that from a young age you felt just called to do and pick up the guitar and start writing and start performing, or did that not really happen until later on in life?
Well, you know, when I was born, I was holding a guitar coming out of my mom's tummy. Someone heard that. Someone heard that. I wasn't sure if people were listening, so. No, well, I started playing guitar when I was 9 years old. Under the Christmas tree was that, Kmart little guitar. And I think they call it First Act now, but I don't know if that's what it was back then.
I think you're right, yeah.
And I just fell in love with playing the guitar, and started, my youth pastor gave me a bigger one, and I started leading worship with it in my youth group at age 15. And then, but even before then, I started writing songs, kind of like TJ when he was doing his scripture songs, and I would put music to songs back then when I was, 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that. And then, I started leading worship and I got my Bible education and pastoral education, and then I started writing more songs even before then. And my husband, we've been married 37 years, woohoo! Yeah, and he really encouraged me to pursue getting my credentials, but also writing songs, and he helps when I record. I have a recording studio in my basement, so.
Wow. Now, you are a speaker, you are you're a musician, you're a songwriter, recorder, you are an author as well. Is there a favorite among all those that you love to do more than the other, or do you like the variety of being able to kind of do a little bit of all of it creatively?
Well, I would say music is probably the number one. I love music, and I remember one time the Lord was really getting down to the nitty gritty of me, and he was, he was saying, hey, would you give me your voice? If you could never sing again, and that was that brokenness time in my life. If you could never sing again, would you still love me? And I'm saying, yes, Lord, I love you. If you could never hear music, if you could never hear music again, if you would never sing again, would you still love me? And I'm like, oh gosh, yes, Lord. And he goes, what if you could never hear it? I mean, that's boom, boom, boom. If you could never hear music again, would you still love me, Kris? And I remember I was in my prayer closet in my bedroom, just laying prostrate on the floor praying. And I remember saying, Lord, if I can't have you, then I don't want it. I don't want it. Because music became an idol. It can become an idol so easy, or to be up, being used for the Lord even can become an idol. And, that brokenness time in my life really, I went through the fire. You ever heard that phrase? Going through the fire. And it burns all the dross, brings it to the surface, all the impurities. And, when he saw his reflection, instead of me seeing my own, if that makes sense, then it was pure. And I love being an author. I've written a couple of books. One is called The Garbage Man Always Comes on Friday, which goes with my CD Brokenness, but also, and it's really steps to get closer to God. But I take it from what happened in my life, and then I turn it over to the reader. But another one I wrote is Revive, Rebuild, and Restore, and it's talking about revival in our hearts, our minds, our spirit, just bringing that into our church, into our communities. And and I'm writing another one right now called Jehovah Sneaky, because he's sneaky. That's part of it when he asked me to be a pastor, and I wasn't expecting that. So, yeah.
Jehovah Sneaky. I love that. Great title. Where might we find you to keep up in touch with you musically, either through socials or through the website? How might they get a hold of you to keep in touch with you?
Sure. So on Facebook, it's just Kris with a K, Kris Belfils. And if you friend me, I'll friend you back. And I have a website. It's called KrisBelfils.com. If you don't know how to spell my name, I'm sure they have it somewhere on the Facebook page or the advertisement there. And I also have a YouTube channel called Kris Belfils.
KrisBelfils. Kris
Good
Belfils.
job.
There you go. I do my homework around here. Yes, indeed. Great to have you here now. Of course, for those who are sticking around, and we hope you do after the closing credits, to watch Red's Room, Abigail Cortez Foster, who is also from the Spokane area. Guess who's going to be backing her up tonight? That's right. Kris, she's not going anywhere. She's going to make an appearance on Red's Room as well, so stick around as that will open up Red's Room tonight here in just about 45 minutes from right now. Kris, great to have you come down here in the area to party with us, to share hope through worship tonight here on Night of Hope. Great to have you with us for only our second time live ever. Thank you for being here. Much a privilege and a pleasure. Yes, there you go. Kris Belfils, everybody, here from the Spokane area.